New gasket set up. Excellent. By the way, you see the dabs of gasket shellac sealant. I already did the other side of this. I'll put the gasket material on the bottom of the top of the cover. Put the sealant on the bottom of the Aftercooler's top, like you see. Now I place it on the cavity. Bolts in, get the alignment good. Now the book does say putting some sees on the bolts too, before I get too carried away here. The book does say to secure the aftercooler, the core rather, into the core. The book does say to secure this down prior to putting the adapter caps on the ends. Now it says to torque them down to 25 Newton meters. I know I'm a little bit past torque. The gasket's a little soft. It's brand new. Excellent. Now, first things first, you take your first piece, it goes in, put your gasket. Remember, this keeps the compression. The O-ring keeps the water and the compression out. but the gasket keeps the compression inside the box itself. And it just goes on like so. Next, the adapter to get the water from the aftercooler. That goes in, seals, goes on the inside of the aftercooler, seals on the outside of this adapter. No gasket is needed, it's just an empty cavity. And that's set in. I probably should have on the air side, but it wasn't a problem the last time. We'll put a little bit of shellac on the gasket part for the water. It wasn't leaking last time, it's probably not required. Perfect. I did put the gasket in here, by the way. Leave that one loose for a minute. I'll try to pry this apart in here. It's actually a coupling between two O-rings. Yeah, it obviously expanded outward. Oops. I leave those loose till we tighten them. Alrighty, boys and girls, so now here's the tube that feeds that aftercooler line. We're going to change out these O-rings, just like we did on the aftercooler. Thin coat of grease on them. Alrighty, once again we got our gasket. Our compression holds the compression in the box, and a compression from going around the tube coming out of the aftercooler. That in like so. Next goes in our water adapter. It goes inside the aftercooler itself. No gasket between the adapters. There's no need, just an open cavity. Next, around this gasket, this is for the water. The water will flow from that tube and into that hole right there. Into that hole right there. Alright, so next we have to put this on. I already put the shellac on it, as you can see. I'll slide the gasket in from the top. hold the gasket, and we'll put our new bolts. Bigger, longer, better bolts. By the way, I looked in the book. There is no torque spec on these bolts either. Excellent. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and roll the turbo snail over and put the intake tube and caps together. Alrighty, now I already cleaned all this mess up. So this works, this gasket goes here. Bolt goes through the entirety of the housing. We put two in just to keep alignment. Make sure the gasket doesn't slide down. There you go. Now the gasket.
Heavy traffic reported ahead. I can tell you about something that weighs heavy, kid. Traffic ain't it.
Alright, make sure the gasket didn't drop. It did not. Excellent. We clean the threads on these with the tap. I'll replace the nuts. Over the years, these got a little cranky.
Incoming call from
Mom.
home. Press Uconnect phone button to answer.
Hello.
How goes it?
Stuck in traffic.
Oh boy. Where?
Delaware.
Okay. Well, just be careful. You knew you were going to hit some because it's rush hour.
Yep.
Maybe when you get past that, it should be good.
Uh-huh.
All right, let me know how you're doing, okay?
Okay.
All right, love you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Phone call completed.
Alrighty, boys and girls. Well, the hustle's worth it. Well, long story short, I've been doing a lot behind the scenes. Didn't put the camera on for absolutely everything. Because, you know, after I got done with the Aftercooler, it was just a matter of just a little nickel dime stuffing on a board used to tears. I'll show you what I got done. So yeah, the engine is not the prettiest thing on planet Earth. It's a road truck, but I went ahead and put new fuel filters on it, put a new oil filter on it, went ahead, basically serviced it, greased everything, as you can see. You know, like axle bushings and crap, you know, grease right there. Yeah, crap happens. Got the intake back on. The air intake goes up from top of the radiator into the air filter. And I also fixed the exhaust pipes that were a little bit busted too. Remember the beginning of the video, probably in a different video, this was cracked, so I went ahead and replaced it. I had one that didn't have a bung in it for the EGT, which doesn't work on Orwell anyway, so I put that in there for now. Eventually I'm going to put a new flex and a new piece with the right bung on it, but for right now, that'll get you down the road. Like I said, put the intake tubes back on, everything's good to go. Filled up with oil, went and greased everything, adjusted the brakes, you know, the whole 9 yards. All that's left I got to do now, basically, is put the cab back down and fill it up with coolant and hope for the best. But I think we'll be fine.
Just announced, Sign and Drive. Current eligible GMC lessees can get this ultra-low mileage lease on this all-wheel drive terrain SLE for around $359 per month with zero due at signing. Sign and drive one home today.
Alrighty, got them all